morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm Dr. Rachna assisting you today. As you have been prior informed, that your boss has been arranged all the workers for a vaccination, flu vaccination, and I'm here to assist you today regarding the vaccination. How may I assist you?
Yes, good morning, Dr. Rachna. Good to know that you have visited our factory with regard to the invitation of our boss because we are supposed to get vaccinated due to the spread of pandemic disease. I know that it is really a good gesture from our organization, but I'm very much afraid to go for the vaccination. Yes, my name is John. I'm 39 years old, but I'm not for the vaccination. So how could I handle this particular situation? As a doctor, would you say that is it mandatory?
Right. So you're John. So hi, John. First, with regards to your questions, I just want to tell you that vaccination of a flu is always recommended as a doctor from my end, as flu can actually help you get immunized towards illnesses like influenza, which are very common as now it is a cold climate we are facing. Flu is very widespread onset of these symptoms, which can be spread through person to person. So your boss has taken an excellent initiative in regards, as this is a working factory working setup, which can help and minimize the incidence of flu throughout. So as you are 39-year-old, you might have young children. So before before asking you or confirming you regards to your children, may I know the number of people living with you at home?
Well, doctor, to be honest enough, I'm married and I have 3 children to look after along with my spouse. It's a nuclear family. But my concern that why I hesitate to go for the vaccination because I'm very much afraid about the side effects because there is a known story in my family. My uncle had got vaccinated 5 years ago, and he faced a lot of side effects and complications and the comorbidities. So that's the reason I wonder whether I have to go for this vaccination or not. How could I avoid this? In what way it could be safe if I don't vaccinate?
Right. You are with 3 children and your spouse, which can always be a immediate concern as you are working in a setup of workers. So this vaccination shot, as a prior intimation to avoid every common cold, pneumonia, can help you. So like you asked me, there had been a bad experience for you and you are a little concerned. I'd like to inform you that the concerns regarding the vaccination of a flu shot is generally mild fever and a little bit of 2-day headache and body pains. Regards to that, I'd like to tell you that vaccination of a flu is completely safe and doesn't have any other side effects. As you've told me that it's your uncle who got vaccinated on a flu shot, he might be suffering from different comorbidities due to age, and there can be a different scenario of him facing it. But on a usual setup, there is no issue of a vaccination shot. That is something I can assure you because I am taking care of you. And I'd like to even explain you about the main vaccination requirement, as this can definitely provide you from pneumonia, which is a widespread disease nowadays, and from a well-known cold and cough. And I'd like to again tell you that all these vaccinations are completely for your own health benefits. So do you have any other concerns, John?
Yes, Doctor, I'm really grateful to you for your brief outline that you had given about why is it mandatory and the side effects. Yes, I could totally agree with your point. But my one more the query to you is how confidential is this? Because I'm really afraid if any kind of setback is there in my medical records, definitely that would hamper my promotion because I'm 39. I'm expecting my promotion. That could really help me to stabilize in the long run in this organization. So if my boss has come to know about that, I have got some kind of side effects because of the vaccination, and that if there is any chance for me to be in the bed rest for a longer period of time, or definitely they would terminate and I would lose my job. So how confidential are you? Because I don't want my boss to know any of my private and personal medical information prior to me. So could you promise on?
Sure. So I totally understand your concerns, John. So in order to complete what you want, what you expect from a doctor or regarding the medical setup, I'd like to tell you that every medical record of a patient is completely confidential, regards to being a flu or can be a normal, a minute wound. So I'd like to tell you that as you are looking for a promotion in the upcoming years, I'd like to tell you that even if you are looking for a promotion or not, the records, the complete medical records of every worker or any patient, it's completely confidential. That is something I can completely assure you about. And as you are looking for a long run promotion, I'd like to suggest you saying that if you get a vaccination shot right away, this can help you be more immune towards any other serious illnesses that can mislead towards the promotion. And I'd like to even tell you that the flu vaccination is something which is not mandatory, but it's completely your choice. But as a doctor attending you today, I'd like to tell you that this vaccination can only help you prevent from the serious illnesses. So this is the complete setback of the flu vaccination and the vaccination that you're going to get today.
Well, doctor, my last question to you is, because in the current scenario, you know that as we are suffering from this COVID-19 coronavirus, and most of my colleagues and, family members and neighbors have got, two shots of this vaccine, but they got this virus, they are affected by this virus. Then what is the use of vaccination? As you say that it could protect from pneumonia, inflammation, and other things, but we are unable to protect ourselves, we are getting trapped for this virus, especially the coronavirus, even after vaccination. So in what way it is going to help us? I don't understand.
Right. So I want to explain you that there are two different things. First is a COVID vaccination, which is a complete different strain of antibodies that are injected to your body. This flu vaccination is just for your minor cold, cough, and pneumonia. So pneumonia is something which can lead to COVID-19. In order to prevent COVID-19, your first setback will start from the flu vaccination. So, like your concern saying of two vaccination shots attended and still the patients have got, and like your friends and family people have gotten the COVID-19, I'd like to tell you that there can be many concerns. Like we've known two different cases where people have not received any shot but still are fine. But all I can tell you is that everybody comes to your different kind of immunity, as the antibodies depends on how much your immunity lies in your body. So our job is to directly be as safe as possible. So as we are available towards the two shots of vaccination in our country, which are predominantly free by the government, so instead of getting into a dangerous state, why not first prevent than to cure? So I'd like to tell you that instead of looking into the long run of COVID-19, instead of preventing it directly away from cold cough and pneumonia, that can be a very helpful one for you in your future.
Well, doctor, I have one more doubt in this. Do you say that this flu vaccination is entirely different from this COVID-19 corona vaccination?
It's not completely different from the COVID-19 vaccination, but it does have a little help towards not getting the COVID-19, as this protects you from pneumonia, and pneumonia is one of the main concern of COVID-19. In order to prevent pneumonia, we need to get a flu vaccination shot. So in order to prevent...
Better, do you say, doctor, this just flu vaccination, is it better? Or can I go for this COVID-19 vaccination? Would it protect from pneumonia and other inflammation simultaneously, this coronavirus too?
Yes, I'd like to tell you that flu vaccination is initially the first step before COVID-19 vaccination, as COVID-19 vaccination doesn't protect you from cold cough, but nor a complete results have shown that it is completely effective towards pneumonia. In order to prevent from cold cough and pneumonia, your first initial step should always start from flu vaccination. Then after maybe 2 months or 3 months, you can get your COVID vaccination shot, which helps your immunity to have a second base self-defense mechanism. So this in order helps you to prevent from flu as well as COVID-19. Are there any other concerns that I can help you with?
Doctor, but it is, I think, my God, it's a long process. First, I have to go for the flu vaccination, and after a period of time, once again, I have to vaccinate myself for the COVID. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, so like you said, I'd like to tell you that, yes, it will be definitely a long process, but all I can tell you is that as you are living with your 2 children at home, initially your first step of vaccination should start from flu, as it is completely safe and it can totally be helpful for you. If you get vaccinated, people around you can be a little more safe. As you are living with 2 kids at home, the government has
I'm sorry to say that I have 3 children, not 2 children. 3 children I have.
As you're living with 3 children, as they have not received vaccination yet, so you as a prime carrier, you need to get vaccinated first. So let's start with the flu vaccination, and then in order to COVID vaccination, we can think about it in the long run.
Sure, doctor. After speaking to you, and I really appreciate your patience in order to answer all my queries and clarify my doubts. Yes, my mind is clear as of now. I could go for this flu vaccination, which has been arranged from my company by the boss, because I believe that my boss is concerned about the factory workers. Our health is, his priority for the business development. Yes, I agree for that, but you have to keep up your promise that you should not disclose the confidential things. Thank you, doctor. You could go ahead. You could arrange for the shot. So I'm ready for it.
Like I told earlier, this medical test reports are completely confidential. If you are willing to showcase your reports, that's when your boss can directly see them. So I will assure you on making the reports completely confidential. Is there any other concern?
Yeah, everything is clear. Thank you. You could go ahead.
John.
That's it. Well spoken. You have spoken really very well, Rachna.
Okay.
You have it
the first 2 times.
Yeah. So actually, when you start for the flu vaccination, By the time itself, you could say that, because this pandemic situation, because as per the scenario, that if you would have briefed it by yourself, that could be still more better as a doctor from your mouth, if you say that. Rather, I was asking, then you were explaining it. Okay. So it is a flu vaccination. It's not about their COVID vaccination. But to be on the safer side, when we are speaking about vaccination, if you get these kind of cards and connect to the scenario, and if you bring out, the current situation, how to deal with, that shows your presence of mind and your general knowledge and what is prevailing, what is a pandemic situation the whole world is facing as of now, and how important is this vaccination. Not only this, any vaccination is, according to the pandemic crisis, when these kind of pandemic arise, whatever the vaccination is needed, people should not hesitate. They have to go for it to protect themselves as well as the protect the country, the people. So it is a dual way going to help, so that you could insist very clearly.